Memphis was the ancient capital of Lower Egypt. Its ruins are located in the vicinity of the present-day village of Mit Rahina Badrashin, Giza, Egypt. This modern name is probably derived from the late ancient Egyptian name for Memphis, meaning road of the Ram-Headed Sphinxes. Along with the pyramid fields that stretch on a desert plateau for more than 30 kilometers on the west, including the famous Pyramids of Giza, they have been listed as the World Heritage Site Memphis and its Necropolis. The site is open to the public as an open-air museum. It contains the Colossus of Ramses II, rested among the ruins of Memphis in the west bank of Nile, about 25 miles south of Cairo. Ramses II was also known as Ramses the Great. Ramses II is famous for being one of the greatest pharaohs of ancient Egypt. He had military and cultural achievements that were remembered throughout history. He was known as a good leader and had a passion for building monuments and temples. He was the Egyptian pharaoh who refused to release the Israelites. God heard the cries and appointed Moses to lead them out of Egypt. Moses began by asking the Pharaoh to release the Israelites, but he refused. In response to the Pharaoh's refusal, God sent them the 10 plagues, started by turning the water of Nile to blood and followed one after the other. The 9th plague was the 3 days darkness, and lastly, the death of all firstborn sons and firstborn cattle died. Israelites marked lamb's blood above their door and were passed over. Every firstborn son of Egypt will die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who rules the land to the firstborn children of female slaves who use their handmills, including every firstborn domestic animals. According to legends related in the early 3rd century BC by Manetho, a priest and historian who lived in the Ptolemaic Kingdom during the Hellenistic period of ancient Egypt, Memphis was founded by King Menes. It was the capital of ancient Egypt during the Old Kingdom and remained an important city throughout ancient Egyptian history. It occupied a strategic position at the mouth of Nile Delta and was home to bustling activity.
Bus one.
Two-way.
Bus one.
Bus one. Bus one.
We visited the colossal statue of Ramses II located in Memphis, Egypt. The reclining limestone statue of Colossus of Ramses is located in an open-air museum containing ruins, a sphinx, granite statues, and monuments. The site's main treasure is inside a 2-story courtyard, a magnificent 33-foot statue of the reclining Ramses II. He reigned from 1279 to 1213 BC during the New Kingdom era.
Takulo kayo, Brunsa? Takulo kayo.
This stunning limestone statue is called the Colossus of Ramses. It used to stand outside the god Ptah temple. His idealistic image includes the royal headdress called the Nemes, the diadem headband, and the Uraeus cobra snake, plus his false rectangular bird.
For 67 years. He was a kingdom for 67 years.
The Colossus was discovered in 1820 by the Italian traveler Giovanni Battista Caviglia and was originally located on the southern flank of the great temple of Ptah, whom they adored as the Lord of Magic, Master Builder, Inventor of Masonry, Patron of Architects and Craftsmen. He was also attributed healing power, a temple located in Memphis, capital of the Old Kingdom of Egypt and of the Nome of Lower Egypt. It was located south of the Nile River Delta in the region between Lower and Upper Egypt. The statue of Ramesses II located in the Egyptian Museum is a 3,200-year-old figure of Ramesses II, depicting him standing. The statue was found broken in 6 pieces and earlier attempts at restoration failed. In 1955, Egyptian Prime Minister Gamal Abdel Nasser moved it to the large Bab al-Hadid Square in Cairo, outside Cairo's main railway station. The square was then renamed Ramses Square. There, the statue was restored to its full height of 11 meters and erected on a 3-meter pedestal at the edge of a fountain. It was stabilized by iron bars inside the body. Over time, Ramses Square turned out to be an unstable location as the statue was exposed to corrosive pollution and constant vibration from traffic and subways. The Egyptian government decided to relocate it to a more appropriate location in 2006. At a temporary site on the Giza Plateau, it underwent restoration before being moved to the Grand Egyptian Museum in Giza in 2018. The transportation of the statue from Ramses Square to Giza was a technological challenge that had been in planning since 2002. A replica has been made and was transported several weeks before the scheduled actual move. The replica was moved along a planned route to Giza to test the proposed relocation process. The move took place on August 25, 2006. During its 10-hour transport, the statue was wrapped and covered with rubber foam. 2 flatback trucks carried the weight of the statue and its support structures as it traveled in a vertical position. Mit Rahina has a great significance that represented the civil life of an ancient city called Memphis. By contrast, each other past is represented in Saqqara Necropolis. Mit Rahina is an ancient town of Memphis and is considered an original unit with temples, palaces, houses and estates, industrial areas, artisan communities, army training camps, and riverine ports. It had religious, political, and economic significance, along with the history of Egypt. Egypt was blessed by Abraham and Sarah, Joseph, Jacob, Moses, and in later period by Jeremiah. When the city of Jerusalem was destroyed by the Babylonians during the time of prophet Jeremiah, they fled from captivity to Egypt. This is how, biblically, the city of Memphis was very important. The history of Memphis is closely linked to that of the country of Egypt itself. Today, the ruins of the former capital offer fragmented evidence of its glorious past.